welcome to day 12. This is the Yogi Momo bringing you a little gratitude flow that is focused on one-legged mountain. So how do you have a mountain pose with one leg up in the air? You are about to find out. Stay tuned, lots of good stuff coming your way. Welcome to day 12 of our gratitude series. It doesn't matter if this is your 12th day with us or somewhere in between, or if it is your first day. We need gratitude 365 days of the year. It is not held to a calendar date or to a holiday, but it is something we want to have in our hearts and our spirits every day. So we are going to focus on getting ourselves ready to balance today, finding our way into one-legged mountain, doing all kinds of great stuff, balancing on one leg. It doesn't matter your level of fitness, your level of flexibility, or your level of balance. This is a class for everybody. So we're going to start off in seated. So find your way onto your mat. No props are needed today, except you, your mat, and your open spirit and willing heart. So place your hands on your knees, just cross your legs, whatever way is comfortable for you, and close your eyes. We're going to begin just to let our minds clear, let our schedules be set to the side, let the demands on our time stop for just a little bit. And we're going to come to the realization that the time we spend on our mat focused on ourselves makes our time within our everyday lives so much richer. Makes our relationships stronger. Makes our contributions to the world sweeter. It makes our shoulders a little more relaxed as the tension leaves our body. The way that we're going to focus on our breath today is I want you to sit up nice and tall, and you can keep your eyes closed or you can open them. But we're going to come into this three-part breath that begins in our belly. It keeps filling up through our rib cage, and eventually it inflates your chest, so you almost feel like your clavicle, your collarbones rising up because you're so full of air. And then we exhale it. Chest, ribs, belly. That's the balanced breath we're trying to create. So hands are on the knees. Let's inhale. Let the belly fill with air like a balloon. Breathe in. Keep breathing in. The chest and the rib cage are lifting. Open your mouth. Blow it out. Belly empties. Breathe in again. Belly fills. Ribs and chest filling up. Exhale. Blow it out. Keep it going from the belly. Exhale. Blow it out. One more like that. Exhale, blow it out. All right, I'm going to show you one more way that you can bring your breath into balance. So in that cycle of breath, we had a 3-part coming in and a 3-part going out. This time, we're actually going to try to hold the breath right up here as the breath fills the chest, fills the collarbone. We're going to hold the breath, and then we're going to exhale. And we're going to do it with a count of 4. So keep the hands on the knees. Listen to my voice. Breathe, hold, exhale as I tell you to. Here we go. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Keep it going. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. One more round. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Open up your eyes. Now, regardless of which one of those works better for your body, either one of those is a perfect example of finding balance. We don't want our inhales or our exhales to be different lengths than each other. We want to find balance. Because when your breath finds balance, guess what? So does your body. Your mind and your spirit and your body find integration together. You feel harmony. And then when this crazy yoga lady asks you to stand on one leg, it becomes a whole lot more possible. All right, so let's come on to our all fours, come into hands and knees. We're going to keep that 3-part breath going. So we'll go back to the first way we began. Knees are on the mat. Hands are on the mat. I want you to spread your fingers nice and wide. Get used to having your hands like this. There's a lot of yoga poses that need your hands spread nice and wide with the weight distributed between all the fingers and the hand. So we're going to use that 3-part breath. I want you to drop your belly. Inhale, look up. Cow. Exhale, start to arch your back. Bring your chin to your chest. Cat. Inhale, drop your belly. Look up to the ceiling. Exhale, arch the back, chin to the chest. Look at your belly button. Inhale, cow. Look up. Exhale, cat. Look at the belly button. 2 more. Inhale, cat. Exhale. Oh, whoops, cow. Exhale, cat. Here we go. Last one. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. All right, we're going to stay in all fours. We're going to work on a little balance from here. So we're going to come into something that's called bird dog. I want you to ground into your left hand and extend your right arm. Ground into your right knee, extend your left leg. So you're making what we call a bird dog right here. The right fingers spreading out, reaching ahead of you. The left foot pressing back like you're pushing against the wall that's behind you. The left foot is flexed, toes are pointed down. Breathe here. You've got this. We're finding some inner balance. We're working on the core. And now lower the right hand, lower the left knee. Same exact thing, other side. Begin to really root into the right hand. Extend the left arm. Send the right leg back. Toes are pointed down. Find the balance here. So your gaze, and I'm going to talk a lot about gaze in every class that we do. Your gaze is toward that right hand. You're looking straight down. Don't look up ahead. Look straight down. Keep breathing. Push through the right heel and lower everything back down. While we're here, let's go ahead and have a seat on our mats. We're going to come into a few rounds of boat, Navasana. So one of the greatest poses you can do for core strength and balance is boat. Boat's one of those things like vegetables. You either love them or you hate them, but it's really good for you. So we're going to come into boat. I'm going to show you some variations in boat because we need a stable and strong core before we ever want to try to balance and stand on one leg. Okay, everything comes from our core. The core is key. So you stay right where you are. I'm going to turn a little to the side. I want you to sit on your bottom with your knees up, feet are flat. And kind of move the fleshy parts of your bottom so you actually kind of feel the bones. Feel the bony part of your bottom right here. Now start to lift your legs up so your shins come parallel to the mat. And as you do, put your hands behind your knees. Hold right here. So your elbows are flaring out and I want you to look up at the ceiling. So hold on to the backs of the knees. Look up. Breathe. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. This is a beautiful core strengthening, balance empowering pose. Navasana, boat. 1 more breath. And then lower down, cross your ankles, hands on your knees, lift your chest into seated cow. So remember, head tips back, chest lifts. This should feel really nice on your upper and your lower back. It's kind of our relief or our restoration pose after boat. Because guess what? We're doing boat again. All right, here we go. So come back. Find the bony parts of your bottom. Feet are flat. Take the legs up. Shins are parallel. Again, put the hands behind the knees. Hold here. You also have the option of taking the hands out. But keep looking up. If having the hands out is too much, put them back behind the knees. Draw the chest toward the thighs. Breathe. You're balanced. Your core is strong. Remember, this is an internal core. It's not about changing the shape of your belly, of your abdomen. It is an internal core strength. You've got this. And now, cross the ankles, hands on the knees, lift up into seated cow. And I'll tell you, the cool thing is when you change the focus on the internal core, the belly, the low back, all those parts that you see start to transform. It just happens. All right, let's come on to all fours again. So flipping over out of boat, we got 2 rounds of plank. If you've been with me for any amount of time, you know that we're going to do the first plank for 5 breaths, the second plank for 10. Core strength's what it's all about. It's really hard to stay frustrated and mad when you're in plank. So take the forearms down. So plant them on the mat. Hands can be out or you can clasp them together. Send your left leg back, knee comes up. Send your right leg back, knee comes up. Here we are, 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. If you need to put the knees down, let them go down. You've got this. 3 more breaths. And 2. Last 1. Drop your knees, push your hips back, child's pose. Chest comes toward the legs, forehead comes toward the mat. Maybe it touches, maybe it doesn't. But your hands are reaching up high above you. You're finding the restoration of child's pose, Balasana, one of the most beautiful poses that we've got. It has some stretch, it has some engagement, but it is filled with restoration. It's what your muscles need after a plank. Take 2 more breaths right here. Getting yourself ready for round 2. All right, here we come, back in all fours. Now some of you got to plank a while ago, and I want to show you, once we got here, whoops, let's put the forearms down. Once we got here, you're like, okay, knees can come down, right? Yes, they can. But look at my feet. The balls of my feet are still on the mat, so now I'm in plank. Don't do this, that's not plank anymore, because now my back all of a sudden got this little concave in it. Keep the toes down, or toes on the mat, keep the knees like here. That's what you want for your forearm plank. So that should help you with the modifications, because this time we got 10 breaths. Here we go. Put the forearms down, out or clasped. Legs are back, knees are up. Here we go, 10 breaths. And 8. Knees can go down. 6. Knees might want to come back up. 4. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Take the knees down on the exhale. Push back to child's pose. Woo, relieve that belly. Relieve the low back. Let the forehead come down. Find the power of child's pose. Lots of things to strengthen our core. We were in all fours coming into bird dog. We did 2 rounds of boat and 2 planks. Everything focused on the strength of your core. Your balance, or your lack of it that you think you have, has nothing to do with your feet. It has to do with the strength of your core. So that's why we focus on the core, we awaken it, we bring it to life, and then we try to balance. All right, slowly come up, and let's come to standing. So everybody, make your way up to standing. I want you first to find your way to mountain pose. So eventually, we're coming into one-legged mountain. So I want you first to find mountain pose. Stand at the top of your mat. Check your feet. They're pointed straight ahead. Your ankles are underneath your hip bones, not the outside fleshy parts of your hips, but the hip bones. And then the shoulders are on top of those hip bones. So you've got perfect alignment from shoulders to hips to ankles. Arms are alongside you. Stand up tall. Breathe. Let's take a few rounds of breath here before we begin to flow. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Hands meet at the top. Exhale, draw them down. That beautiful 3-part breath. 2 more, sweep them up and down. Last one. And down. All right, this time we flow. Here we go. Inhale, sweep up. Hands come together. Hinge and fold as you let all the air out. Right here in the forward fold. Hang out right here. You can have as big of a bend in your knees as you want or as you need. But I want you to hang your head and I want you to look at your kneecaps. Because if you're looking at your feet, you're still holding tension in your neck. Let go of the tension, look at your knees. It's like you're hanging your head all the way down. You've got to bend in those knees, hips are reaching up, and you are breathing. Now from here, wherever your hands are, maybe they're floating in the air, take them behind your legs, so you've still got that bend in your knees, and grab opposite wrist. So with the right hand, grab the left wrist, let the left hand grab the right wrist. Look at your knees. So again, you can have a big bend, a small bend, a micro bend, or no bend. It's up to you. Forward folds are very powerful, but they can also be very intimidating if you're not listening to your body, trying to push it to a level it's not quite ready for yet. So there's nothing wrong with putting a bend in your knees. It is still yoga. Give yourself some grace. Keep breathing. We're going to release those hands, slide them onto your shins, look up halfway as you push your chest through your shoulders. Half lift. Hold here for just a second. Feel the lengthening coming from the crown of your head, down your neck, down your spine, out through your tailbone. One more breath. Now release the hands. Put them on the mat as you bend the knees. Step one leg back. Step the other leg back. We're in high plank. We're all going to hold it for one breath. You can do this. Fingers are spread wide. Everybody's knees come down. Exhale. We lower the thighs, the chest. Keep the elbows glued to the side body as you flip the feet over. Inhale, look up, straight ahead, cobra. Hold here. Exhale, lower down. Put the right cheek on the mat. Keep the hands flat where they are. Just rest that right cheek. Close your eyes for a second. And as you're closing your eyes, I want you to notice how the elbows, the arms are tucked to the side body. Elbows are reaching up to the ceiling. Shoulders are probably lifted off the mat. Lift the head up, turn, put the left cheek on the mat. Feel that wonderful little twist in your neck. Come back to center. We're looking straight down. Curl the toes so you just tuck them. Let's push back to our knees. And then lift the hips, down dog. Once you lift the hips, take a step in. So as you take a step in, your eyes are on your feet. Your hips are lifting up. You are in down dog. Breathe. Your body is making that beautiful inverted V. Hands are on the mat with the fingers spread wide. Don't look at them. You can just know how they feel. Breathe. Now let's look at the hands. Walk the feet up. Back to the top. Hands slide under the shins. Inhale. Look up halfway. Exhale. Fold. Bend those knees. And then inhale. Rise up. Sweeping the arms overhead. Hands meet. Exhale. Draw them down. All right. You just completed one sun salutation. Lots of stuff happening in the middle of that. All right. Let's do another round. Here we go. Stand tall. First, we look straight ahead. We've got to find our Tadasana, our mountain pose. Root into both feet. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, we hinge and fold from those hips. Release the hands. Slide them onto the shins. Look up halfway. Take the hands to the mat. Fingers are spread wide before you step back. Right foot goes back. Left foot goes back. Everybody holds the plank. You've got this. Everybody can do this. One breath. Now put the knees down. Inhale. Exhale the thighs and the chest. Keep the elbows close by. Flip the feet over. Same exact thing we did earlier. Put the right cheek on the mat. We're doing this to get that little twist in our neck. And because I want you to notice how those arms are glued to your side body. That's what you want once we rise into Cobra. Lift your head. Turn it. Left cheek on the mat. Elbows and arms still tucked to the side body. Turn back to center. Inhale, look up, Cobra. Lift the chest. See how those arms are tucked? They're glued. Curl the toes, push to the knees. Exhale, lift your hips, down dog. Take a step in. Don't let your down dog be so spread out. Don't make it so far with your feet down the mat. You're trying to make a V, not a U. There you go. Hips lifting high. Eyes on the legs. Breathe from the belly. And now, eyes go to the hands. Walk the feet up. Hands on the shins. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the arms. Sweep up and rise. Exhale down. Release. All right, we've done 2 full sun salutations. You should feel nice and grounded in your mountain pose. Now we're going to try to begin to balance just a bit. First thing I don't want you to think of is, I don't have any balance. I don't have any flexibility. Okay, I don't have balance yet. I don't have flexibility yet. But I have the tools inside of me to get them. All right? Doesn't matter your size, your age, your gender, the color of your skin, your background, or your experience in yoga. Every person has balance. You just got to tap into it. It's getting muted, it's getting pressed down, it's getting depressed by all the noise of the world. But it's there, and we're going to find it. So stand tall. Mountain. Before we ever begin to lift one foot, we first stand here, and I want you to find a spot straight ahead of you. That's going to be your focal point. We call this our dristi. It's our gaze, where we are focusing on. It's a spot that's not moving. So don't look at me. Look straight ahead. Notice all the points of your feet that are on the mat. Close your eyes. Notice your heels. Notice the outside edges of the feet. The pinky toe, the ring toe, the middle toe, the index toe, the big toe. Trace in your mind down the inside of your foot, through the arch, back to the heel. Open up your eyes. You are rooted and you are balanced right here on 2 feet. And we're going to be balanced on one as well. I want you to begin to shift the weight into the left foot ever so slightly. Keep looking straight ahead. Lift the right foot off the mat just a little bit right here. Hold. If you need to put that big toe down, just put it down. That gives you security because it's not really supporting you. It's just that the big toe down is helping the mind. Otherwise, the foot stays lifted. Hold right here. Everybody breathe. Lower the left foot. Root into that one. Let's lift the right. Same thing. Barely off the mat. Just hold it. If you need to put the big toe down, put it down. It's like a kickstand on a bike. But what I need you to do here is while we're standing, keep the shoulders back. Spine is long. If you fall out of it, come back to two-legged mountain. Do it again. Put the foot back down. All right, each time we do this, we're going to increase the lift. I need you to trust yourself. For some of you, balance is new. I need you to trust yourself. All right? No judgment, just acceptance. Stand tall, root into that right leg. Lift your left again. Keep looking straight ahead. And slowly straighten your left leg, extending the left foot like you're pushing into the wall in front of you. So your toes are pointed up, the foot is flexed. And I know you immediately feel it in those left quad muscles. Hold here. Keep the chest lifted. Keep the shoulders back. Breathe. See if you can lift it 1 inch higher. There you go. Right there. Bend the left knee. Put it back on the mat. Stand back in two-legged mountain, Tadasana. Find your rooting here. Then root into the left foot. Let's lift the right. Look at that same spot you've been looking at. Straighten the right leg. Press the foot like you're pressing it into the wall. And when you do that, you're going to feel all these muscles down the right leg begin to engage. Your toes are up. Your heels pressing forward. Shoulders are back. Maybe you're smiling. Breathe. Can you go 1 inch higher? There you go. Bend the knee, lower the foot. All right, that was round 2. We're not done. Stand tall, okay? We've been lifting it just a little bit off the mat. Now we're going to try to go a little higher. Root into the right foot. Lift the left knee so it's about a 90-degree angle. So if I turn to the side, you can see. It's about how high I'm lifting. I'm still looking at that spot straight ahead of me. My foot is flexed. Now take the left hand, hold onto the left knee. You can keep the right hand out or put it on your hip. Take the left hand, open the left knee up. Hold here, keep looking straight ahead. Now depending on the flexibility of your hips, you may not open very far. You open till your body says pause. And that's where you pause. Breathe. Trust the right leg. Root into the right foot. There you go. Breathe. Slowly bring the left knee back and lower it down. Release both hands. All right, here we go. Other side. Root into the left. Right knee comes up about 90 degrees. So you're making a right angle. Stand tall. Take the right hand, grab the right knee, and as you open, you can leave the left hand out or put it on your hip. I like the hip, but some people like it out. It's just whatever gives you the better balance with the leg that we're opening. Breathe. Remember, if you fall out, you start back with 2 feet, then you raise one up. It's all good. Breathe. Bring the knee back and lower it down. Pedal out those heels. We're going to do one more, but this time we're going to add the arms. All right, so stand tall. Bring the arms overhead. Palms face each other. Now let's first check our shoulders before we ever move the legs. If your shoulders are like this, that's wrong. Let's bring them down. Okay, get them away from the ears. We don't need any extra tension in our neck. Once the arms are up, root into that right foot again. Lift your left knee. Hold here. So we're really testing our balance. It's kind of like that bird dog that we were doing. If having 2 arms up is too much, put the left hand on your hip and maybe it's just the right arm going up. Very similar to that bird dog that we were doing. Breathe. So you can have one arm up, you can have two. But if your arms are up, I need your fingers reaching to the ceiling. You're growing taller as you stand there. And then lower the hands, lower the left foot. Back in mountain. We always return to mountain pose. Let's do the other side. Here we go. Arms are up. Right knee lifts. And now it's the right side, so maybe it's the right hand. Right hand comes down. Left hand stays up. Or you keep them both up. Stand tall. Breathe. You've got this. Foot and hands. Everything release. Back in mountain pose. You did it. All right, we are going to flow one more time. We're going to do a little bit of work in the middle of our flow, and then we're going to work our way onto our backs eventually, because this one-legged mountain, we're going to do it all again lying on our backs, and it's still a form of balance. You'll see when we get there. So let's stand tall. Back in your mountain pose, both feet down. I know you're relieved. Both feet are on the mat. Here we go. Sweep the arms up. Hands come together. Hinge and fold. Hands on the shins, halfway lift. Hands go down, step back to plank. Hold here. Knees come down, exhale the thighs, exhale the chest. Flip your feet over, your elbows are tucked. Let's lift to cobra. Curl the toes. Push to the knees as you exhale, down dog. Lift those hips, take a step in. Get set in your down dog. And remember in down dog, your heels can be up, your knees can be bent. That's up to you. But I need you looking at your feet. Breathe. Leave the left leg down. Lift the right leg up. Bend the right knee. Now what I want you to do is start to pull the right knee up to the ceiling as you look under the right armpit. So you've opened up the right hip, you're looking under the right armpit. Feel the stretch in the right side body. Breathe. Just like we had a one-legged mountain, now we got a one-legged dog. Actually, it's a three-legged dog because we count the hands, but you know what I mean. Here we go. Roll back slowly. Lower the right foot. Same thing, other side. Lift the left. Bend the left knee. Start to pull the left knee toward the ceiling as you look under the left armpit. Same thing, other side. Breathe. There you go. Come back. Lower. Come down to your knees. Have a seat on your bottom, and then take your legs out, stretch them out in front of you. So we're actually going to stretch our way into a forward fold, and then we're going to make our way onto our backs and do that same one-legged mountain here. So first, let's come into our seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana, if you want to know the Sanskrit name. When you're here, I want you first to think about, when I stand and fold, do I bend my knees? If the answer is yes, then that means when you're seated and fold, you bend your knees there as well. Don't think you have to hunker down and try to bring everything down to where the knees are. Let the knees come up a little bit. Here we go. Arms are out. Inhale, lift the chest and the hands. Exhale, lead with the chest. We fold. Drop the hands wherever they land. On the shins, on the ankles, on the feet. Wherever you can reach. But I want you to look at your feet. Don't look down. I want you to round your neck. I want your neck to be long. So look at your feet. Breathe. Maybe even though you're looking at your feet with your gaze, you still close your eyes. Because if your eyes are open and you're thinking that you're not folding far enough, and that's so silly. There is no far enough. There is no right or wrong. You fold until your body says pause. And that's where you stay. 2 more breaths. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, bring the hands down. Lift the knees up. Scoot your bottom close to your heels. Hang on to your shins and then lower your back down to the mat. Once you're on the mat, I want you to keep the right knee up. Extend the left leg. So here we are. Looks a little like this one-legged mountain. So left arm stays down. Bring the right knee into the chest. Hang on to it with the hand. Keep the foot flexed. Looks just like it did when we were standing. And now open that right knee up to the right side. Just like when we were standing. So now you're in this reclined one-legged mountain. And what I want you to notice is that your spine is still long down the mat. You are still rooted. And your heart is still open. Chest is open. We're giving a little mobility and flexibility to that right hip. Bring the right knee back. Send it down the mat. Pull the left knee up. Hold it with the left hand. Draw it up toward your chest. Keep the foot flexed. Open it up to the left side, just like when we were standing. One-legged reclined mountain. Breathe. Come back. Lower the left. Let's bring the right up one more time. I want you to, the right knee's coming up. I want you to take your right hand, go inside the right leg, and make peace sign with your fingers, your two peace fingers. Try to grab your right big toe. If that's not happening today, grab your foot or grab your ankle. So whatever you can grab. Okay, toe, foot, ankle, maybe even the shin. Now we're going to pretend like our arm is our strap. So that way, in case you don't have a strap at home, you're going to use your arm like a strap. Start to straighten the right leg. So if you're holding onto your calf or your shin, wherever you're holding, you might stretch, and that's as far as you're going to go. If you're hanging on the toe, you might stretch farther. But I want you to hold whatever you're holding onto. Lengthen through that right leg. Feel that stretch down your hamstring, down your calf. And then let it open up toward the right side. Just see how far your body lets it go. Just open it up. And again, when the body says pause, that's where you pause. Breathe. I know you're feeling this in those right hamstring muscles. Feel that beautiful stretch. Bring the foot back. Bend the right knee. Release your grip from wherever it was. Put the right leg down the mat. Bring the left up. We go one more side. Take the left hand inside. Make peace fingers first. See if you can reach the toe. If you can't, grab the foot, the ankle, the shin, whatever you can grab. And then the arm acts as the strap. Keep the tension. Start to straighten the left leg. So if you're holding onto the toe, you can probably stretch a little more. If you're holding onto the shin, it's going to be a little bit less. Listen to your body. When you feel the hamstring stretch, that's where you hold. And then gently let it open up to the left, just as far as your body says. Remember, when it says pause, that's where we pause. Breathe. Your arm has resistance, just like the strap would. Bring it back up. Bend the knee, release the hand, extend the left leg down the mat, turn your palms up to the ceiling and close your eyes. We're going to head our way into Savasana, but as we do, what I want to tell you is that everything we did today was actually focused on your heart. But physically, it felt like it was focused on rooting down. All those standing poses were activating that root chakra. It's that spot at the base of your spine that tells you you're stable, you're safe, you're rooted, you're grounded. And the reason this is such a powerful, powerful sequence is that it's really difficult to open your heart when you don't feel stable. So as you are lying there on the mat, all the back parts of your body connecting to the earth, I want you to say these words, either audibly, out loud, or inside your head. Tell yourself, I am stable, I am grounded, I am safe. I am stable, I am grounded, I am safe. Believe those words. Don't judge your balance or what you think is the lack thereof. You are stable, you are grounded, you are safe within yourself, within your own awareness of who you are. And when you believe that, then you can open your heart and let it fill up with a spirit of gratitude.